Just got a Ascend 128T kayak. Just wanted to do about a midpoint modification review. Before I purchased this, I know these videos were very helpful, so I just want to talk a couple problems they have, and a couple things I'm working on to fix that. Start at the back of the boat. I will be putting a trolling motor on this, so I've got a battery box. Right now the kayak's leaning, so battery box is slid over. I'll be putting a ratchet strap on to help keep it centered as well. From the battery box, I just have two heavy cables running to some terminals that are in the boat. That way I can keep wiring inside the boat constantly hooked up rather than changing all the time. Move up a little bit. I have the transducer, the Lawrence scupper transducer. I actually have it hooked up to a Hummingbird with a couple easy modifications with bolts. It's a little tough to see down there. It's very easy to put a Hummingbird depth finder on that the mount there. Moving up a little more, on the front hatch I have the Hummingbird depth finder mounted. Wiring in the back, the hatch has not been resealed yet, so obviously the wires are loose right now. A little bit further up, we've got the rod holders here as well as the back. Those have been removed, resealed with some marine sealant, because that's one of the issues with this kayak. Every place it can leak, that what I've read, it will leak. So before you get it in the water, you might as well take off all hatches and reseal them. Another issue with this kayak is a soft spot right behind, or I guess right in front of the front hatch. Obviously you can see I haven't resealed this. I built a small wooden structure there, screwed it in from the top, which will be sealed to give that area support. I did the same with the back, as there's another soft spot in the back of this kayak. The wiring for everything is inside. I've wired up to a small switch here. I'll be changing this switch out, but this switch powers two LED strips that will be mounted on the inside of the kayak. This will help at night or early mornings, late evenings, with tying up lures and whatnot. These are very inexpensive off of eBay, switches off eBay. You can buy it from Bass Pro or Cabela's, but it's much more expensive there. Around the front of the boat and the front sides, I want to be able to be seen if I'm on a lake late or early. I also want to see where I'm going. So I've got 15 feet of white LEDs, again off of eBay for very inexpensive. That will be hooked up to a separate switch and run around the front of the boat. I want to have control over both sets of lights, so if I'm fishing I don't turn on the bright ones. Again, about halfway through the modifications, we'll be adding a cigarette lighter for charging a cell phone or anything you might be using. I like to listen to music while I'm fishing, so I'll have that on there. And then I'll be reattaching, resealing all the hatches, and getting the motor checked out and put on. From there, it should be ready. I'll do another set of reviews once it's all done, and go from there. Everything I've seen about this kayak is that it's outstanding with a few small modifications. If you don't want the electricity, the depth finder, you can always just reseal the hatches, put a brace in there. It's very quick to do. That part of it would only take, I'd say, about an hour with a day's dry time. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Any suggestions, I'll take those as well. I appreciate it. Thank you.